Christopher, welcome to Liverpool.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be starting the Macbeth run here in Liverpool?
Incredibly exciting, if a little nerve-wracking.
We've been looking forward to this for a very long time, and we've been rehearsing in London for the past 4.5 weeks. A fantastic company of actors who are all incredibly committed under the guidance of our director Simon Godwin. So I think there's been huge anticipation building up in the company, and now we've come here to this theatre that's been made for this production. So it's full of these exciting unknowns with this play that is, you know, one of the great plays ever written, I think, which is always going to be relevant, whoever's doing it.
Definitely agree on the anticipation, lots of anticipation. What do you think of the deco?
Well, it's exciting. It's really, really cool to have this part of it, which immediately creates an atmosphere and takes you to a different place. And I think that's gonna be very cool for the audience members. It's good for us as well. And then leading us into the auditorium before the story begins.
Could we shed a little light on the twist that we've kind of taken on the world here and what it is that we're seeing?
Well, I think when we started talking about Macbeth, I felt in agreement with Simon and Indy that we wanted it to be a contemporary Macbeth. And all around us, of course, are these... I mean, the play starts, as you know, with a war has just finished and a brutal description of Macbeth eviscerating his enemy. So these horrors may sound somehow romantic on stage, but of course they're terrifying and real, and they're happening now, and they're happening in the Ukraine, happening in Gaza, and sadly wars are always with us. So we thought that to give the audience a sense of the connection with the horror and the chaos and the destruction and the devastation that is the background to the beginning of the play and indeed continues through it, we were creating with our wonderful designer Frankie this set of blasted trees and a burning car and burnt out tyres and rusty blown up corrugated steel and bits of concrete and breeze block and everything's just sort of blasted and rotten and burnt, and that's the atmosphere the audience will, that's what they feel when they come in.
It's sort of a vision of things that we've seen images of this on our TVs, and here it's been created.
And the set itself is, I think, suggestive of sort of slightly, we were talking about Eastern European / something, possibly Russia, but we were always keen not to say it's this country or it's this place. So our mood board, if you like, for the designer, and there was a sort of referencing of current places. But of course, the place names are Scots, so we had a funny, slightly schizophrenic thing of talking about real Scottish place names in a world. But I think audiences understand that you might talk about Fife and Dunsinane and Inverness, but they're not those places. They are just what the physical atmosphere created by the design will suggest, I hope, to an audience. Places that they've somehow collectively seen in the world today and abroad, possibly.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time in the